compete hours. But right now, take on this.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers as they play against the Sacramento Kings. Looking at the Kings, they're not satisfied with the record over the last 10 games. Under 500 basketball, just not good enough. Looking to
It's a Western Conference game on display featuring the Sacramento Kings. There's no better time of year than the holidays for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Welcome, everyone. With Greg Anthony and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. Earlier this season, it was Sacramento coming away with the loss in this matchup against the Lakers. And so, with that loss, that gives each team one win apiece in this series. Both teams want this one badly.
Yeah, they gave up in that one. The defense constantly breaking down way too many times.
Yeah, I'm with you. Disgraceful performance and an issue that might be tricky to fix.
Now Sacramento starting five. Fox is at the point with Hield next to him at the 2. Down low, it's Bagley and Cauley-Stein. And it's Barnes in at the 3 slot. You know, Chris, parity, always a question, in this league and how you try to get teams to advance. But over a long season, it seems like any team can surprise you on any given night.
Yeah, almost every team has the talent that can beat you, especially in a one game. You must respect your opponent. Sometimes it can come down to schemes, coaching. Sometimes it can come down to just one bad shot. You can never underestimate motivation as a factor, and that's where the good teams separate themselves. You can continue to have that same focus every night, and in the words of Coach Popovich, that appropriate fear of your opponent.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Fox kicks to Bagley. Back to Fox. To the inside, Cauley-Stein. McGee with the block. Over in the corner, Barnes. 5 to shoot. Second shot opportunity. Offensive rebound. Count it. Good.
And the dogged attitude of Bagley. When shots go up, he wants to be the first to pounce on misses.
It's James atop the key. AI passes to McGee. Back to AI. Lays it up and banks it in. AI's got his second bucket.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now, here's Bagley. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. That's a 2 from Hield. No good off the back of the rim.
Not quite airtight defense right there, but his release was a little bit off on the jump.
And the slam dunk by McGee.
Oh, you gotta love the intelligence of James. He understands the game like few others. Spots the open man with ease.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. Now, here's Fox. 9-point game his last outing. Takes the 13-footer. Can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first. Chris, one strength for the Kings has been their bench.
Well, their reserves have carried them at times. I mean, for a young team, though, you're developing guys, and you like that competition. The subs pushing their counterparts in the starting lineup, that's not a bad thing.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately is really unbelievable.
Man, this is a joke. I mean, there's been some glimpses of hope, but they've been few and far between.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for JaVale McGee. Beasley comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Ingram, he's checked in for James. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Harris. A big group substitution here for Sacramento. Kufis checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Bielitsa comes in for Bagley. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Buddy Hield. And Farrell subbed in for Fox. Here's Bogdanovich. Brandon Ingram picking up that last bucket. Kufis finds Bogdanovich. Barnes outside. Shoots over Ingram and misses it off the right side of the rim. Los Angeles leading by 8. And Bogdanovich picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Rajon Rondo's checked in. Here's Fox. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Harris is out there with AI. And it's McGee in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's who's in the game for the Lakers.
Sometimes you forget that Cauley-Stein has his shot. I mean, dependable at connecting from mid-range.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, AI in their last time out against the Clippers delivered quite a performance. He scored 17 points, and there really wasn't much you could do to stop him. He shot it efficiently from both the floor and the foul line. He led the charge in what was another win for this team. They are firing on all cylinders. Kevin?
Thanks, David. It was a performance that not many players are capable of.
I know I won't forget it for a while, and you have to think he'll keep it rolling here tonight. When you're that hot, it takes a while to cool down.
Yeah, he was special. The biggest challenge for him tonight is that the defense will be ready for him. They saw what he did in the last game, just like the rest of them.
And a look now at some of the players we can expect to see in this year's dunk contest. Always one of the great events of All-Star Weekend.
It is, Kevin. You just can't take your eyes off it. The ideas those guys come up with, and then the guts it takes to pull them off, always blows me away.
You look at AI. He's just outside the top 20, so you'd have to think there are too many players standing between him and a spot in the dunk contest this year.
And it's too bad, Kevin. I mean, I'm sure he'd bring a lot of excitement to the contest, but let's face it, it's a crowded field of contenders right now.
And as always, we'll keep the updates coming in as we get closer to All-Star Weekend. One thing we already know, there are some great players pulling in votes so far.
Yeah, and I think it's safe to say that this is going to be one of those dunk contests that everybody's going to be tuning into.
And Fox gets it to go.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Here's AI. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Fox, no good.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And AI with the basket on the assist by Harris. And that's now 10 points for AI.
Easy to be in awe of Harris, a solid teammate who has a strong feel for when to pass.
Up top, Fox. He's guarded by AI. Fox dishes to Cauley-Stein. Shoots over McGee, and the shot is long.
Wasted opportunity. That's a good chance right there for an easy 2 on the open jumper.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Lakers lead by 20. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kev.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Really an incredible game from AI.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
Yeah, and then it wasn't all dunks. I mean, they were squaring up with confidence, and that became contagious.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the court for Sacramento. Down low, it's Bagley and Cauley-Stein. Fox is at the point with Hield next to him at the 2. And it's Barnes in at the small forward.
And you got to do more than that to slow Cauley-Stein down. I mean, he's used to absorbing contact while shooting. Oh, man, such an athletic 7-footer, Willie Cauley-Stein. Now, look, he's improving his game. He fits that prototype of a mobile shot blocker who finishes around the rim.
And Chris, for Cauley-Stein, just how good you think he can become?
I think he can become very good. He's got to show more improvement offensively, but that just takes work over the summer.
Free throw good, AI. Big-time scoring is always a premium, Chris, when you're evaluating players on the offensive side. What do you hope to find as you kind of break down their game?
I hope to find that you can dribble, shoot, and pass. Because if you can do those things and you're a great scorer, then I know that if you get double-teamed, you can find an open man. That if you have the heart of an unselfish player, that you're willing to think 2-3 plays ahead of how to set someone else up that's struggling. Because a great player can always get their own. And also on the offensive side of the ball, are you careless? Do you value possessions? Do you make easy turnovers? And if you do make a turnover in the offensive end, what is your temperature like defensively? Will you run back and get back and try to get a stop? What type of player are you overall? Great offensive players are result-oriented, not necessarily seeking individual numbers or acclaim, and that's a big part of my evaluation.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, the Kings signed some quality vets last season, but when the losses piled up, they decided to go young. Now, the focus is on development. The veterans still have a role, providing steadying presence on the court and in the locker room. Kevin?
David, it certainly is a balancing act. Thanks for that report. And the Lakers making a change here. Ingram's checked in, and then for Sacramento. Kufis checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Bielitsa comes in for Bagley, and Farrell subbed in for Hield. The Kings have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And isn't it amazing how overnight the Lakers went from a rebuilding team to a contending team now with LeBron?
Yeah, whatever team LeBron has been on has always been a threat to make the finals. Magic Johnson knows that. He was always a threat to make the finals. 9 for him, 8 for LeBron. I mean, the Lakers recognize and know that they have a 4-year window with LeBron now. Titles are a standard for Magic Johnson and the Lakers, and their commitment to bringing LeBron in shows that.
Ingram kicks to Kuzma. No good from outside.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
The wide open look here for Fox. Sinks the three-pointer. Fox has got 9.
This is the next step for Fox. I mean, he's sharpening his outside shot. He's becoming a major threat from there.
James outside. Back to AI. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Even as the team rebuilds, business booming for the Kings. Chris, ticket sales, sponsorships, you name it.
Well, the fans are doing their part to make this team a winner. You can bet that.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Beasley's checked in for Kyle Kuzma, and Ball subbed in for James. And that one misses.
Oh, man, I just love the talent and attitude of the young core of the Lakers. I mean, think about Ball, Ingram, and Kuzma. They all play with passion. This team has a bright future as the group grows together.
Ingram kicks to Beasley. Lakers whipping the ball around now. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the Lakers youth movement, they were the 2nd youngest team in the league last season.
Well, the Lakers front office has done a good job of making the most out of their draft picks. I mean, when you get steals like Kuzma and Hart late in the draft, you add so much depth to a team. Very excited to see how Ball, Ingram, Kuzma develop with this franchise.
And he knocks down the first one. Chris, we hear the word switchability, popular term used these days. Talk about the importance of having guys who can defend multiple positions.
It's so important because it allows for the flexibility with your matchups. You can avoid being forced into mismatches. So you definitely need players like that. However, Kev, I think that the NBA is going switchability crazy. You shouldn't switch everything. Switching on defense should only be if the coach wants to take a player out the game or if it's just needed at the last second. Usually communication is the key because there are no new plays under the sun. You see the play coming and developing it, and if you can communicate, that's usually when you don't need to switch. I think coaches have lost trust in players' willingness to communicate, and switching has become kind of a lesser of two evils, I guess you could say. And I hope we get away from as much switching as we do because it puts guys in totally wrong positions. And if you have a smart offensive player, he'll pass his way out of that right to the guy with the mismatch.
Your take is real interesting. In the corner, it's AI. Good on the three-point shot. AI's got 24.
This game would have a different look if it wasn't for his shooting. I mean, 100% from the field for him.
Farrell passes to Barnes. Over Ingram. They grab their own miss. And it's Kufus missing.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Here's AI, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the foul. It goes against Sacramento. And this is his 4th trip to the free throw line tonight.
2 shots.
Free throw good, AI.
Well, the Kings, they're trying to draft high-character players from winning programs. I mean, that's a good blueprint for their turnaround.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. JaVale McGee's checked in for Zubac. Josh Hart comes in for Ingram. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Lonzo Ball. And then for Sacramento, Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Kufus. And it's Bagley in for Bielitsa. Farrell kicks to Barnes. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Rebounded by the Lakers.
Well, he's having a tough go at it so far this quarter. Not much dropping for him.
McGee finds Rondo. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Yeah, Rondo just isn't afraid of getting hammered on the inside. Remarkable at getting under the skin of his opponent.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long.
it is. Right.
Big win, fellas.
Could not miss tonight, man.
Man, that was on fire.
Man, keep it up.
Let me guess. Press conference?
You know it. You ready?
Yeah, I think so. Just a second.
Big win for you guys tonight. Do you feel like you can even learn anything in a game where the score is so lopsided?
Not really. How about this? That was good. Any other questions? No? Okay. Well, great win tonight, you know? Yeah, great win. All right, thank you.
Great work up there, AI.